Hello, today I'm going to showcase my Marvel comic book app. Just a quick breakdown. You can do a lot of cool things here. You can search for specific Marvel characters. You can explore comic books that your selected character makes an appearance in, like every single one. You can click on the character specifically to learn more about them, utilizing an AI API to help create the Wikipedia page for that character, which is pretty cool. We'll get to that in a second. You can favorite characters, you can favorite comics, all sorts of good stuff. So let's just jump right into it. So, as you can see at the top, we just have a fairly basic nav bar that takes you to this current page, the Home Explore button. The favorite comics will take you to your favorites and your characters as well. If you shrink the size of the viewport enough, the nav options will change to a show menu button. If you click on said button, there'll be a pop-up window that appears with the similar options, as well as the ability to close using the X button or the close button. And go back to full screen. And if you go to the home page here, you just see Wolverine with some cheeky text. And in here, in the search bar, you can just type in any character you want. So if I, for instance, type in the word Spider, every character, Marvel character with the name Spider in their name will appear, which is actually quite a bit. You know, you have Spider Girl, Gwen Stacy, Spider-Man, from the future, all sorts of different types of Spider-Man or Spider-Men. Let's try to find the main one. Let's try to find Peter Parker. I think he's in the second page. Yep, there he is. As you can see, I've already added him to my favorites. Each one of these character cards has just a cool little animation. They're black and white initially. If you hover over it, it becomes colored. Well, that's an unpleasant picture. I didn't know there was a zombie Spider-Man. But basically, if you hover over the character cards, yeah, the color pops in as well as it enlarges slightly. And I feel like that looks pretty cool. And as I said earlier, each card has a favorites button. If I click on, so right here, Peter Parker, I've already had this one favorite. If I click off of it, it'll tell me I removed it from the favorites, a flash notifier. If I click on it again, it'll tells me I added that specific character to my favorites. You can click on the reset button. It'll clear everything out. It'll clear the text in the search bar as well as the character cards themselves. If I click on the randomizer button, it'll take any random character from the comics. This one's Harry Osborn from the Ultimate Comics series. Let's try another one. I haven't heard of that person. Black Widow. But yeah, you get the idea. So let's go into this app a little bit more deeply. Let's go and explore. Let's explore the learn more character page. So let's type in a character I haven't explored yet. Let's try Hawkeye. If you click on Hawkeye, there'll be a pop-up window that appears that tells you. Oh, by the way, a lot of my buttons have this cool little effect, like this sort of a glitchy effect. I just thought that was kind of comic booky to implement, so it just kind of looks cool. If I click on learn more about this character, it'll take me to a learn more page. And as you can see, what just happened right there is that my Gemini AI, just generated a description for Hawkeye that tells you his general breakdown, his history, powers, and personality. If I want, I can generate the description again if I don't like it. And yeah, and also there is you can add this character to your favorites from here, as well as the Explore Comics options as well. We'll add them to our favorites. And this, by the way, the description itself is stored in your local storage. So like if you have clicked on a character you haven't explored before, then the AI will generate the breakdown for you automatically. Once it's done, it automatically stores it in your local storage. So if I exit out of this page and I go back into the Hawkeye Learn More page, it'll just be saved from my previous generation. So I don't have to generate it again. And the reason I did this was because the Marvel API, the description properties from the response objects weren't very sufficient. The vast majority had nothing in them at all. So this was my solution to that problem. And so yeah, that's a pretty cool part of the app I'm pretty proud of. And while we're here, we can go to the Explore Comics option. And here we get to see every single comic book, every single Marvel comic book ever written that Hawkeye appears in. It doesn't even have to be the main character. It doesn't have to be in the title. As long as he's in that comic book at any point, this app knows to show that comic book. So if you were like wanting to learn more about a specific Marvel character, this would be the perfect app. And you can just go through. There's a lot of options here. Each page has 8 comics, and there's 86 pages. So Hawkeye makes he's a very prominent figure within the Marvel Universe. He's very heavily used. If I click on any one of these pages, let's click on Thunderbolts. This is like a Learn More comic page. It'll just have the title as well as the series and an enlarged image and a description for that comic. And there is the characters, all of the characters that appear within that specific comic, as well as the writers. And not just the writers, but like the colorists and the editors, all sorts of stuff. Excuse me. If you click on this link, it'll take you to that official Marvel website where you can see the comic on their website. And you can do things like type in a zip code here and find a store that sells these comics. So that's pretty cool. And oh, by the way, this is just a footer that I have on every page that just takes you to my portfolio if you want to see it, as well as my social links. So that's pretty cool. So now let's add a few of these comics to our favorites list. So I'll just do some random ones. I'll click a bunch. I'll just click on all of them. If I go to my favorite comics, as you can see, I have 8 comics total. If I let's add one more. Since I went over the 8 limit, the pagination comes into play within my favorite comics section, and you can explore your own favorites utilizing the pagination. It doesn't show up if you have less than 8 comics. And while you're here, you can decide to remove your favorites if you want. A pop-up window will appear asking if you're sure if you want to remove it. Click on yes. There's that flash notifier again. The pagination gets removed since we're now at 8 comics. There's also a remove all favorites button where you can just simply remove all of them if you want and there's the pop-up window. We click on confirm, and then yep, they all get removed. So now let's try the favorite characters. It's pretty similar. So we can just type in Spider like last time. We'll add a bunch of these. And we'll go to our favorite character section. And here's Hawkeye from earlier. And while you're here, you can click on the character. It'll take you to their breakdown, as well as do all of the same features you were able to do previously within the favorite comic section. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Uh, it's a really good app if you want to get into comic books. I personally use it myself to keep track of, what I like, what I want to read in the future, all sorts of good stuff. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it and have a great day.